Artificial intelligence companies could face criminal penalties if a new bill passes through the Senate. The GUARD Act, co-sponsored by Senator Catherine Cortez Masto of Nevada, would ban AI companions for minors by imposing age regulations. News 3's Jane Davenport joins us live. And Jane, you spoke with a child psychiatrist about why some kids gravitate toward online relationships and the dangers AI poses to minors.
Marie, AI has a multitude of purposes, and it's rapidly expanding into our lives and our children's lives. This new bill would put restrictions on these sites that are relatively easily accessible for children and teenagers, and that doctors say has a long list of harmful effects.
I have concerns to the point of being scared.
Dr. Sid Khurana, the medical director at Nevada Mental Health and a father of 2 young children, sees the impacts of both social media and AI on young minds daily.
Lack of digital supervision, in my mind, is similar to lack of physical or emotional supervision.
He says children who default to using AI for answers to their questions often dampen their development, saying premature exposure to these tools could create future problems.
The idea that you just go and put in a ChatGPT and get the answer is not the way how to get an answer. They need to learn the concepts, they need to learn that because their brain is developing.
Some developing minds have recently found connection with AI chatbots. The GUARD Act, which stands for Guidelines for User Age Verification and Responsible Dialogue Act of 2025, aims to limit the negative impact of these AI chatbots on our youth. The bill reads, quote, "These chatbots can manipulate emotions and influence behavior in ways that exploit the developmental vulnerabilities of minors. The widespread availability of such chatbots exposes children to physical and psychological safety risk, including grooming, addiction, self-harm, and harm to others."
And then the other ulterior motives that other chatbots or other things could have that can tempt them to do things which may or may not be age appropriate.
Dr. Khurana says psychologists saw young people making online connections even before AI appeared, adding that while some were harmful, others were meaningful and real.
But these are real human beings that you can actually FaceTime or video with and know that there is a family, there is a person. These chatbot-based relationships clearly, to me, indicate that there is some missing thing in somebody's life.
Which is why the GUARD Act would impose a law requiring a chatbot to clearly and conspicuously disclose to the user that it is artificial and not real at the beginning of the conversation and every 30 minutes.
I would support a bill that would put restrictions on AI.
One local mom, Yadira, shares with me that her 16-year-old son refuses to use AI. They both don't agree. The AI companies would also be required to implement age verification on their sites in order to avoid the solicitation of minors. In summary, banning young people's use of AI companions, which are designed to simulate emotional and interpersonal friendships.
Most people don't have a robot as their best friend.
In order to keep it that way, he says bills like the GUARD Act need to be passed so that we can coexist peacefully with a consistently developing online world. Marie.
Certainly is moving fast. Jane, as both a child psychiatrist and a parent himself, what does he say would be the ideal ages for a child to have access personally to a device?
He says in an ideal world, you would wait until 12 or 13 to introduce any types of screens or phones, and then absolutely no social media until age 16. Even then, supervision is key to having an online safety. He says we've seen some online situations go to real-life harm. Marie?
Yes, sadly, part of an important conversation families are having tonight and lawmakers as well. Jane, thank you for that.